Maddie here again with another project. Now what I did is I saved some of the pieces from that chandelier, and here's that bottom piece. And because it has a hole at the top and the bottom, what I plan to do is, as one option, if my son wants it on his desk, I can put a little rod through, a nice metal rod, and attach it to a base and design with Sharpies and colors and create a world globe. In fact, I think it would be better if he created the world globe, because that would help him memorize, where the countries are located and that sort of thing. So if he does the work, he will understand the locations of different countries and stuff like that. It'll be better for him. But if he doesn't want to do that, I could use this as a brass ornament for Christmas. Of course, I'd have to break down the brass because brass is not a modern look anymore, but it is real brass, so it was nice to save it and not throw it out. And these other pieces, what I decided to do is to keep them. This is the part where the post went through for the lighting part, and they make great like napkin ring holders because they are real solid brass, so I did not want to get rid of it. However, again, because they are brass, the color style, I would break it down in a different way now. They make perfect tea light holders. As you can see, the tea light fit in there perfectly. Everyone that knows me knows I love to light my place up with candles. It's very soothing and relaxing after the daily grind. And I always light up candles when I'm having conversations with my son about school, or if I have a guest come over for dinner, if I'm alone watching a movie. I recommend people should just, oh my gosh, have lights, candle lights. It's nice and soothing. Now you might think, well, how do I break up the brass? I'm going to give you an example of what I did with another project. This is my candle snuffer. It was solid brass, just brass when I bought it, and I decided to upgrade it by adding some silver wiring, as you can see. Silver wiring, and I attached a jewel at the end of it. So I modernized the brass, and that's what I plan to do with these here, these candlelight, well, the new tea light holders. And that's what I plan to do with this as part of Christmas ornament if my son decides he doesn't want to turn it into a world globe. Now, one of the great things about doing craft is that it influences your child to want to be creative. One day when when my son was in 5th grade, I was doing a craft project, and he saw me taking things apart and putting it together. So it had inspired him to take things apart and put it together. He took apart a whole radio one day, and he took the insides of it, microchips and wires and things like that, and recreated some items. Recreated a remote control for Toy to Work and things like that. So ladies, and gentlemen, when you do decide to be creative and crafty and that sort of thing, do it in front of your children, because then they will be inspired and they become good scientists that way as well, engineering and that sort of thing. And it helps kids to understand not to be afraid to make mistakes. They're going to want to try something, and maybe they don't like the paint that they colored it and redo the paint, or maybe they'll realize, oops, they should have used primer first. And it helps them learn to not be afraid to make mistakes, and they'll realize, you know what, there really is no such thing as a mistake. It's about trying and retrying new things to see what works. And so I like being crafty. I like changing things and see what I could do to recreate or upgrade. And do it in front of your kids, because then your children will be inspired. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have for this little project. Have a good day.